Once we've found the property that we're going to analyze, we go ahead and begin to look at some of the details. This particular property has a purchase price, or at least an asking price, of $139,900, and we're looking for a property in a large area, so this is 0.76 acres. So what we're going to do is to go into a little bit more detail on analyzing this particular property to see how it fits in to the lot split opportunity here in American Fork. Here we have the zoning map for American Fork City, and we find the property's address at 464 East 200 North. So here is 200 North right here. 463 or 464 puts the property right there. So that's the property we're looking at. The property is in an R175 zone, which means that it's a residential zone, single family home, that's what the 1 stands for, and 7,500 means that each lot in the zone must have a minimum of 7,500 square feet. Here we have the zoning code for American Fork City. You can see that the R17500 residential zone, here the intent of the zone is to provide a place for one-family detached dwellings on spacious individual lots. But basically we're looking at one-family dwellings in this particular zone. And here we come down to the lot area and width depth requirements here. For one-family dwellings, you have to have a minimum of 7,500 square feet per lot. The minimum width on the frontage has to be 75 feet, and it has to be at least 100 feet deep. Those are the minimum requirements for each lot in the zone. Here we have the future zone map, and again here the property sits on 200 North, and there it is, 464. So this sits in the orange colored zone, so we need to take a quick look at what the orange colored zone is. Here we have the map legend, and we can find that the orange is a medium density zone. Since this is the future map, the city intends for this area to be zoned at a medium density. Going to the general plan land use code, we can see that the medium density residential zone that they've indicated here, this category would include areas having a density of up to approximately 6 dwelling units per acre. In other words, you go into a little bit higher density. This is going into more of your duplexes as a possibility, but this is what the medium density residential would mean. Doing an aerial view of this property, we looked it up on Google Maps. We just typed it in, hit search, and we've zoomed in down here onto the property. We can take a look at it and see what it has. We can see its basic outline, not exact, but it looks like it'd be right about here. The house sitting here in the front of the lot, and then the lot coming basically down here like that. What I like about Google Maps is you can actually get a in-depth view using this little icon here. We stick them over here. We can actually take a look at the front of the house so we can get an idea of what we're looking at here. And here we have the home right there, a couple of older trees, they're there. The neighbor's home, we can see the lot line on this side, and here we have a front view of the property. Just kind of taking a look. Here on the west side, we can see the property line running right there with the neighbor property. Moving farther down the street here, we can see the other property line right here, and we can kind of see into the back area. One thing to kind of take a note is that a property has to have 75 feet of frontage here, and you have to have a certain amount of distance between the homes, and this house sits right in the middle of the lot, meaning that it's going to be really hard to get 75 feet on this side or 75 feet on this side in order to make this work. So something may have to be done here with this home, or they might have to come up with some other access to the property, but at least we can see the home that we're dealing with. Here we have the Utah County parcel information. Right here we have gotten the parcel number that we're looking for, and we can just go straight to that parcel wherever it is in the county. So here we see it highlighted. This is the property that we are looking at. This one will give you the official county measurements here. We can see that here we can click show the imagery so we can see the houses, because it does have a visual overlay, and I like to click this so I make sure I'm on the right road, I know what I'm looking at. And then we'll go ahead and click a larger scale so that we can see the picture relative to the property here. We can see those big trees we were looking at from the Google map, and we can see the little house poking out right there. And then we can see all of this vacant area back here that really needs to be developed. So this is a good potential. We just have to figure out how to access it and what to do to make it work for our project. Now that we have an idea of the lot size and what we're looking at, let's take a little closer examination on the actual numbers to this particular lot. This top distance right here, 2.03 times C, which is 66 feet, gives us 133.94 feet of frontage along this main road. Along this side here, we have 3.75 times C, which is 66 feet, gives us 247.5 feet of depth this way on the property. So taking that 247.5 feet times the 133.98 feet gives us a total of 33,160 square feet. And in this zone, the R1 7,500 square feet, that 33,160 divided by 75,000 square feet for lot size gives us a maximum number of 4.42 lots. You can't have a fractional lot, so we could get up to 4 lots based on the size of the lots. However, this lot requires that there are 75 feet for each lot across the city street. And that's why this lot hasn't sold, is that there's only 133 and you need 150 square feet to subdivide. So if you could get another 16 feet, you could potentially subdivide right down the middle of this lot and come up with 2 large lots. But what if we look at this lot in just a slightly different way? Take a look. If we take our lot here in blue, we create some additional frontage by adding a public road down the side of the property, like so. Now we have a new public road here, and this road extends 75 feet this way. Now we can make some new lot divisions. Something like this. We have our 75 feet of frontage and 100 feet of depth. Of course, this 100 feet goes for lot number 2, which is also at least 75 feet. And then we have 75 feet of frontage and another 100 feet of depth, and we meet the city requirements. We also have a turnaround for the fire truck, and now we can make this subdivision possible. In this scenario, we could potentially end up with 3 lots, where the average developer is unable to even divide this lot into 2 regular lots. That would give us some added value and potential to make some profits on this property.